Previously, we diagnosed this seat module with bad solder connections. From the back, they look fine, but where they go through the plated through-hole via, they're just not capable of conducting the kind of amperage that this is requiring. So we're going to start by taking the relays off, and then we're going to go back through and we're going to wick solder up through these through holes to make contact with these pins much better. I had to slow down a bit because these pads are really not very robust. And as you can see, we lost one, but it doesn't connect to anything down here. It's relying on that through-hole via to make the connection, which is our whole point, is that we're not getting enough connection on the top of this board. So let's go to the scope for a second. So let's look at this trace. Look at how this trace is completely gone. And it really doesn't have anything to do with the whole connection. It's the whole bus. It's the whole bus feeding all these relays, the main power. And the reason this is failing is because of the high resistance that's accumulating through all of these. Through all these plated hole vias, it's taken this out. All right, that looks beautiful. That's going to pull a load. And as you notice, you see why this area right here was so concentrated, because you go from this large plane to a very small plane, then it hits this corner where it starts branching out to the loads. So this was the thickest area of amp draw. You know, again, like I said, it's all these other resistances of the through holes that are complicating it. So we got these relays out. We're going to have to wait for them. They're on order. They're coming in. And what we'll do is we'll focus on these power pins now. And I'll show you what I mean by wicking these through. We're gonna flux this up. In fact, I got some other flux we're gonna throw in there too to help it out. It's not really getting in there. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this. So let's see if we can get this to wick up in there. Get a different shot. I can't see what I'm doing. So do you see how that solder wicked up in that leg now? Actually getting plastic contamination. See, that plastic is really soft. Really not thrilled on how that's not really what we're wanting to see is we want to see that wick up in there. So we're getting a little something something there. It's not penetrating the pad as deeply as I'd like, but getting down through that through hole might just get us enough. So you can see how that third one is still missing some. The guy's a little hidden on us. It's not easy to see, but you're now getting solder all the way up that leg and trying to connect to the top trace on the board, which is where we want the power. So let's see this third one. It's a little tricky. That plastic is really soft, so it probably doesn't take a whole lot of heat to start deforming them. Yeah, you can see now how it got up in there. So now we've got solder running all the way up. A couple of those look really good. All right, yeah, we'll get the relays in and we'll finish this up next time. Like, subscribe, see you next